Young and the Restless. Spoilers. Recap Thurdays. Update the 28th of May, 2026. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel for another massive update on all the drama going down in Genoa City. Today is just one of those days where the storylines are moving so fast I can barely keep up. But we have to talk about it because things are getting absolutely insane. So let's just start right at the end of Tuesday's episode because my jaw is still on the floor. Phyllis Summers actually pulled it off. She lured Matt Clark right to her place. And honestly, you have to look at where Phyllis is at mentally right now to even understand why she is doing this. She is completely desperate. I mean, she has been spiraling out of control ever since Victor and Christine set up that whole AI evidence trap to frame her. Yes, Michael Baldwin managed to save her at the last second, and Christine ended up in handcuffs instead, which was wild, but Phyllis is still a mess. She tried to kidnap Matt before, remember? She had him tied up in a dark basement trying to force a confession out of him, but then Sienna Bacall literally jumped out of the shadows and attacked her. So Phyllis is bruised, she is paranoid, and she is done playing nice. She decides to use the one thing she knows works on men like Matt. Herself. She reaches out and pretends she has feelings for him. She acts like she is just so drawn to his dark side. And Matt, who has been walking around town faking amnesia and acting like he is the smartest guy in the room, he actually falls for it. He shows up at her door expecting some romantic or twisted encounter. What was he thinking? But the second Matt lets his guard down, the trap springs. And it is glorious. Right when Matt thinks he is going to get what he wants, Nick and Victor Newman step out of the shadows. It is a total ambush. You can just see the realization wash over Matt's face that he has been completely played by Phyllis. And I have to laugh a little bit, I really do. This is the guy who arrogantly told Patty Williams he didn't need her help and worked alone. He totally rejected Patty, which made her so mad that she called Victor and tried to extort $2 million for his location. Matt thought he was untouchable, but he walks right into a cheap trap set by Phyllis. Victor and Nick don't even waste time exchanging witty banter. They immediately have their security team grab Matt and drag him back to the Newman Ranch. And you guys know what it means when someone gets taken to the ranch against their will. That is Victor's territory. There are no rules there. Victor has been weighing that $2 million demand from Patty, but now he has Matt right in his clutches for free. What are they going to do with him? Are they going to lock him in a cell? Victor is so vengeful right now, and he wants to permanently eliminate the threat to his family. I mean, think about Sienna Bacall for a second. She is out there somewhere, fiercely loyal to Matt. Is she going to try to break Matt out of the Newman Ranch? Victor better have his best security guards on duty. But here's the part that is really breaking my heart and stressing me out. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, May 27, reveal that Nick Newman is still using drugs. Yes, still. After absolutely everything that has happened, and I know some of you are probably screaming at your screens right now because it is just so frustrating. Everyone is so hyper-focused on Matt and getting revenge that they are completely missing the signs that Nick is falling apart right in front of them. He is standing there at the ambush, helping his dad take down Matt, but inside his body is just shutting down. Sienna Bacall has still been supplying him. And let's not forget, Nick just recently drove his car off a cliff in a drug-fueled haze, and Nicky was in the hospital screaming in absolute agony because the doctors said Nick might have permanent brain damage. He somehow survived that, but the addiction didn't just magically go away. Matt started this by poisoning those drugs with fentanyl and cocaine back in Vegas. But now Nick is hooked. Victoria tried to corner him a few episodes ago and force an intervention, but Nick just lied and said he had it under control. He doesn't. He really doesn't. So while everyone is patting themselves on the back for capturing Matt Clark, Nick just collapses. He completely collapses. And this isn't like the last time. A few episodes ago, when he was at that abandoned gas station with Adam and Sharon, he collapsed from the poisoned drugs, but Adam managed to wake him up. He got back up. But this time is different. The spoilers make it very clear that this is a massive medical emergency. His life is truly in danger. His heart might actually give out this time. And I just keep thinking about how Victor is going to react. Victor thinks that by locking Matt up, he is saving his family. But the real demon is inside Nick's system right now. What happens when Victor realizes that all his money and all his security guards can't stop his son from dying of an overdose right after they catch the bad guy? It is going to destroy Nikki all over again. She has already been through so much trauma watching him in the hospital. I honestly don't know if Nick is going to make it out of this one without some serious long-term consequences. The writers are really pushing him to the absolute brink. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about the Winters family, because things are getting really complicated over there too. Lily Winters is apparently moving closer to giving Kane Ashby another chance. And I just have to stop and ask, what is she doing? How many chances does Kane get? But then again, I kind of get it, and maybe I'm being too harsh on him. Kane actually stepped up and saved Malcolm Winters' life. We all know Malcolm has been dying of aplastic anemia. He flew all the way to California to test Lily's twins, Charlie and Maddie, and they weren't a match. Lily was completely devastated and feeling so helpless. And then Kane talks to Stephanie Simmons, figures out what is going on, gets tested, and turns out to be the only match. So he is literally saving Malcolm's life. But we all know Kane. There is always a catch. He brought that secret contract demanding control of Chancellor Winters in exchange for his bone marrow. It is literal blackmail. So is Lily softening toward Kane because she is genuinely grateful, or is she just resigning herself to the fact that she has to sell her soul to save her uncle? It is such a toxic, messy dynamic. Kane is using a dying man's life as leverage to get his CEO chair back. And Lily is just supposed to look at him like he is her hero. The fans on social media are going crazy over this. Half the people think Kane is a monster for extorting his ex-wife, and the other half think Lily should just be happy Malcolm is going to live. But what happens after the surgery? Is Kane just going to walk into the Chancellor Winters' boardroom and start giving orders? I feel like Lily is going to give him this chance, but she is going to resent him for the rest of his life. You can't build a relationship or even a working partnership on that kind of manipulation. But maybe Kane thinks he can win her back once he is back in power. He is always scheming. Okay, maybe that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. And finally, we have to talk about Devin Winters and Abby. So Devin finally sits down and has a real, honest confession with his wife. He tells Abby all about his visit to see Mariah Copeland at the mental health facility. We knew Devin went to see her, and they had this deeply emotional conversation about forgiveness. Devin admits to Abby that he feels like he failed Dominic somehow. He feels like he didn't protect his son when Mariah had her psychological break and kidnapped him. And it is just so heartbreaking because Devin is a great dad, but trauma really messes with your head. He has been carrying around all this anger and rigidity and filing legal petitions behind Abby's back to keep Mariah away, but now he is finally breaking down. He is realizing that his anger isn't protecting Dominic, it is just poisoning his own life. And Abby's reaction is actually really surprising. Instead of getting defensive or angry, she thinks this is a really positive step. She's actually proud of Devon for facing his feelings. Abby even says she's considering going to visit Mariah herself. And honestly, I am shocked. How do you forgive the person who kidnapped your baby? Let's be real. If someone took my child, I don't think I could ever look at them again. But Abby has been surprisingly merciful lately. She knows Mariah was severely ill. She knows the surrogacy broke Mariah's mind. Facing the person who hurt you is a massive step in healing, but it is going to be so hard. Mariah is in that facility feeling completely broken and guilt-ridden, and on top of that, her wife Tessa is out there dealing with her own confusing feelings for Daniel Romalotti. Mariah's whole life is falling apart. If Abby and Devon can actually find it in their hearts to forgive Mariah, it could change everything. You guys have to remember how intense that kidnapping storyline was. We were all on the edge of our seats for weeks, wondering where Dominic was. Devon was losing his mind. Abby was losing her mind. So for them to even sit in the same room as Mariah now is huge. It shows a lot of maturity, but it also shows how exhausting it is to hold on to a grudge. Sometimes you just have to let it go for your own sanity. It fits the show's usual style of redeeming characters after they do something unforgivable. I mean, look at half the people in Genoa City. They have all done terrible things. But this storyline feels different because it involves a baby. I wonder if Devon will actually be able to let Mariah back into their lives, or if this is just about finding peace from a distance. Because letting her hold Dominic again, that is a whole other level of trust that I don't think Devon has right now. So, yeah, that is where we are at. Matt is a prisoner at the Newman Ranch. Nick is literally dying on the floor. Lily is being blackmailed into loving Kane again. And Devon and Abby are trying to forgive a kidnapper. Just a normal week in Genoa City, right? I am honestly so tired just thinking about all of this, but I can't look away. The writers are throwing everything at us right now. Who actually believes any of this is going to end well? Victor is going to go too far with Matt. Nick is going to need a miracle to survive this overdose. And Lily is going to regret letting Kane back into her company. But we will be here to cover every messy second of it. Let me know what you guys think. Are you Team Kane, or do you think he is absolute trash for the blackmail? And do you think Nick is going to survive? We will see.